All right, Lewis, what are you getting done today, man?
Oof. I usually get a 8 on top, mid
Okay.
taper,
Okay.
but I'm kind of leaving it up to you.
Okay. You usually get an 8 on top with a
Yeah, but I don't
taper.
want it that short no more
You
though.
don't want that short.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can do some shear work on top. How do you style it? Do you just kind of how it is, it
Yeah,
goes
pretty
backwards
much.
like that? Okay. All right. So I'll cut it with shears on top. I think a taper will look dope on you still. Do you typically do like a mid taper or high taper?
Well, I try to do like a mid low taper, but I
Have you
think it
considered
makes
something higher? Do you have anything against going a little bit higher than that?
not
Okay. What I think we'll do is tighten it up just a little bit behind the ears,
right.
and then do like a higher taper, and then shear work on top.
Oh, that
And
sounds
then
great.
with the beard, kind of like how it is, do you want to trim it down?
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little
Yeah,
bit?
a little
Okay.
bit.
All right, and keep it full?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's do it. YouTube, what is going on, guys? Thank you guys for checking out another video. Just a reminder, the battle with 360 and myself will be the 21st this weekend. Don't miss out. It's gonna be on a Sunday. So we started off with a section right in the front. That's gonna be my guide for the rest of the top. We're gonna go straight across, same length, lifting all the hair straight up off of his head shape. Here I'm just cross-checking by taking vertical sections. And now we're gonna go ahead and start taking vertical sections here. And we're just cutting everything flat, so there's not so much bulk there on the sides. And we're doing this all the way around the head. Notice off of the occipital bone, I'm kind of lifting out and just making sure we're keeping everything squared, so there's some weight between the occipital bone and his crown. If you don't know what the occipital bone is, you gotta Google it, man. I think we've done like 400 tutorials where we explain it. So if you're new to the channel, watch one of my old videos or Google it. So we're doing this all the way around the head. Remember, that first cut, that first section we did was our guide. So if you notice less hair is coming off in certain sections, that's just because it was just shorter before I started cutting. So here I'm taking horizontal sections just to make sure it's nice and even, cutting off any little tiny peaks and valleys. If there's a lot of hair that comes off that's uneven, then you're gonna resection it vertically. You're not gonna cut it while it's, while you're grabbing the hair horizontally. But if there's just like little peaks and valleys, you're just cleaning it up. And this is cross-checking. This is why I don't care what anybody says about the whole section guide stuff. Like, you're gonna have to cross-check regardless. So in a barbershop environment, not a salon environment, I'm gonna just like I fade, I'm gonna go through the system and I'm gonna detail afterwards. Same thing I do with my fades, I do with my scissor work. All right, so I'm using my number 1 open, and I'm kind of creating the shape by freehanding. Now, when you do that, you want to make sure the hair is combed straight down. Once I've done that, I'll make sure it's a 1 open. And now I know I'm just kind of fading from bald to a 1 open. So I'm going to fade down. My clipper's closed now. I'm closing it little by little as I go down. So now you can see my number 1 guard is closed. And now I'm going to go ahead and blend up into it. So I'm going clipper closed, going up a little bit at a time. As I go up, I open it up little by little. And then I stop when my clipper is all the way open. The last guard that I'm going to use to marry these two sections together, where you see that guideline is going to be that half guard. That's going to bring the blend together. And the half guard is going to be that green guard. Most of the time, for most people, it's gray. And then at this point, once you've gone through the system, it's just detailing. So I'm doing scissor over comb just to make sure everything is refined. And then, like I said in the consultation, I'm going to tighten it up right behind the ear. All right, so we're gonna do the same exact steps here in the back. As you get to the area where you want to taper, you do want to make sure that the clipper is flat. You're no longer freehanding like I'm doing right here. You're gonna go ahead and lay the one open flat like that, and then we're gonna ball them out, and then we're gonna blend from the bald line up into this work that we did. So here you go, we got clipper closed. Now you got the trimmer and the shaver. This is going to set you up for success, for the most gradient blend that you can come up with. All right, so we're going clipper probably a notch open, and then open it little by little until the blade is open. And then you already know the next guard should be the half guard, but if you feel like you need to clean above the blade open, no guard, you could go back to that one open to spread it out and then go with that half guard. But in this example, we went straight to the half guard, and we started blending it. If you could see though, above where I'm working, we're gonna have to blend it in a little bit better. So I'm gonna grab the 1.5 guard, because that's right above the one open, just to kind of spread the blend out a little bit. And then right underneath that, I'm gonna work with my 1 guard open, close it little by little, and that should complete the blend,
Tito, let's get
or the fade, or the taper, or the whatever you want to call it. Everybody got so many names for it. But you guys can see that the blend is coming together. All right, you guys can see that I'm freehanding behind the ear. I want to have a some kind of graduation. I want it to be a little bit tighter. I feel like it's just gonna complement his head shape better. So that's why we're cutting it a little bit closer behind the ears, but keeping it dark. And we're doing the same steps here on this side. So I'm gonna shut up for a little bit, let you guys follow along. And guys, I keep forgetting to mention, I have a TikTok down. Everybody thinks that my TikTok is fake. It is not. There's a link in the description below if you want to follow me on TikTok. So far, it's been like 3.5 weeks and we got 2,000 followers. So if you want to check out my TikTok, go ahead. Appreciate the follow, guys. All right, so we've gone through the system, man. We're detailing now, and we're gonna go ahead and blend the beard in. So we already did a 1 open at the beard area, so we're just going half guard, blade open, close it little by little. The trimmer is gonna bring it all together, and then a little bit of shaver. And then for my final step, we're gonna use the blending shears just to soften up and take out any little bit of lines that might be there, just because you can't really cross check unless you do scissor over comb when it's that short. All right, so what I did here was I grabbed my 1.5 guard there on the beard and I went with the grain just to shape it. We're gonna continue with the blending shears. Now blending shears, you want to be like 35 teeth or more. You guys can see with that 1.5 guard, I go straight down. I don't follow the shape of his chin area, because then you'd be cutting it too short. I'm gonna start here behind his ear. Then we're gonna go to the bottom of the neckline, and then we're gonna walk it over to behind the ear. And we're gonna do the same exact thing on this side.
Tito, let's get it.
All right, so this side of the taper was a little bit harder just because it kind of the hair growth pattern, especially from the temple to behind the ear, it's kind of like a whirl almost. So I had to detail a little bit. What I'm applying in his hair is clay. I'm going left to right, making sure that the clay gets distributed throughout all the hair on all sides of the hair strands. And now we're using a pompadour comb to go ahead and style it. And you can see that I'm using his fringe to kind of cover a little bit of his recession. I'm spreading out a little bit, and then we're just going to enhance it a tad bit just to get the cut to the next level. And I know enhancements ain't for all of y'all, so you can cover your eyes at this point, guys. And I can't say it enough. As soon as you're done with your compressor, make sure that you spray some alcohol through the lines. I keep a little bit of alcohol in it between uses, and obviously you're gonna dump out the alcohol before you put fresh color in. Typically, if you do that, you're not gonna have to maintenance your compressor. You know what I mean? Like for me, I might have to do a deep cleaning once a month, unless somebody borrows my compressor and doesn't clean it out. If you work at the shop and you listen, and you know who you are. Now we're just kind of cleaning up his beard. Just so you guys know, my client here, he is a barber student. He's just enrolled into barber school, I believe Paul Mitchell. So shout out to him, congratulations. And he decided he wanted to be a barber because of the pandemic, cutting his kids' hair. He found, interest and a love for the craft, and so gotta show him love for following his passion. Now the top of his beard line isn't that prominent, but you gotta be careful not to get too cosmetic and bring the beard down too much, because he wanted it nice and full. And we did apply some shave gel just to make it a comfortable shave. So guys, this is the before. Check out the after. Gotta give you the close up. Guys, if you're new to the channel, just know we drop content every single day. So make sure you're subscribed. I will see you guys tomorrow with fresh content.